My boss was my old crush. My name is Claire Bennett, and this is my story. It's not the kind of love story you read about in books or see in movies. It doesn't have a fairy tale ending, and maybe that's what makes it so real. If anything, it's a story of silence, timing, and the haunting question of what if? For years, I've carried it inside me, never really knowing what to do with it. But today, I want to let it out, not for closure because I don't know if that's even possible, but just to breathe. It all started back in college. I was studying economics at a university in Berlin. I was always the quiet type, the girl who sat by the window, earphones in, pretending to listen to music while I was really just overthinking everything. I was average grades, average looks, average life. I didn't turn heads when I walked into a room. And yet, somehow, he noticed me. Or maybe he didn't. Maybe I just imagined that part to make myself feel better. His name was Ethan Walker. British. Tall. Soft brown eyes and that kind of smile that wasn't loud or flashy but calm, sincere, and comforting. He was one of those people who always seemed to be in control, but not in an arrogant way. He had a kind of quiet confidence that made you feel safe, even when he wasn't saying anything. He was always early to class, always took notes, and somehow always made people laugh without even trying. I had a crush on him for 3 whole semesters. I never told a soul. Every time I tried to muster the courage to speak to him beyond group projects or classroom banter, my voice would fail me. I'd rehearse lines in the mirror, dream up scenarios where he'd look at me and know. But life doesn't work that way. And neither did he. We were classmates. That's all. Maybe acquaintances at best. I watched him graduate. I clapped when his name was called. I even caught a glimpse of him as he walked off the stage, flashing that crooked little grin. He didn't see me. Or maybe he did and didn't care. That was the last time I saw him. After college, life swept us in different directions. I moved to Amsterdam, then later to Oslo after I got married. My husband, Lucas, is a wonderful man. Hardworking, grounded, and honest. We built a life together. We had 2 beautiful children, Noah and Eliza. My world became school runs, family dinners, work deadlines, bedtime stories, and grocery lists. I was content. At least, I thought I was. But some memories never really fade. They just settle in your bones, quiet and heavy. I never forgot Ethan. Not in the obsessed, unhealthy way, but in the way you remember a song from your youth. You hum it sometimes without meaning to. It stays. And then, one ordinary Monday morning, everything changed. After 8 steady years in my previous job, I decided it was time for something new. I joined a multinational tech firm based in Stockholm. It was a big leap for me, new environment, new challenges. I remember stepping into the sleek, glass-walled office on my first day, nervous but excited. I was introduced to my new team, given a tour of the facility, and told that the CEO liked to personally welcome new employees. And then I saw him. Ethan Walker. Older, sharper, more powerful than I'd ever seen him. He walked into the conference room wearing a dark charcoal suit, his hair slightly messier than I remembered, but his presence was 10 times stronger. My heart dropped to my stomach. He smiled at me, recognition blooming across his face like a delayed sunrise. "Claire Bennett," he said, surprised. "From Berlin Uni?" I nodded, trying to keep my composure. "Hi, Ethan. It's been a while." He chuckled softly. "Yeah. A lifetime, maybe." He welcomed me to the company with a handshake that lasted just a second too long. And then, he was gone, called away by another meeting. But I couldn't move. I stood there for what felt like hours, my mind spinning. How could this be happening? The man I once loved in silence was now my boss. A man I had dreamed about for years was now real again in my life, in my workspace just down the hall. And me? I was married. A mother. I had a life that didn't have space for complications. And yet, I felt everything. Again. Every little thing I had buried came flooding back like a storm I had never truly escaped from. I told myself it was just nostalgia, that it was harmless. But I knew better. My heart beat differently when he walked by. My eyes searched for him without permission. And the worst part? He started looking back too. To be continued.